Dear Lord. Okay, that little text out there on the bottom left there, that's no longer relevant. Hello, hello, hello. Yeah, this is a thing that just randomly happens sometimes. Sometimes the screen sharing doesn't work, and I just like the only way I fix it at the moment is by turning it off and on again. That's the way it works. Uh, I keep trying different things, but the only thing that works for me is just turning my PC off and on again. It's very annoying, but don't worry, we'll get into more difficult situations very soon, won't we? uh, Situations like that. Yep, yep, getting over it. Right away, I'll have a bit of water. I had some exercise before, like the stream too, so we got to have the water. We got to have the water. Very important to have water. Jesus Christ. I should have been drinking before, like, during the loading screen, but apparently I didn't think to do that. Mm. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. So, anyway, yesterday was a very busy day. So, I'm going to relax and take it easy with a nice, casual little game of getting over it, which is very fun and not frustrating in any way, shape, or form. Let's do this. I know the premise of the game. I think I click here. Yeah, okay. I think I know the premise of the game. It shouldn't be too difficult. It shouldn't be too difficult. I move my mouse a bit, and this guy goes up. And that's the way it goes. I move my mouse, and it does stuff with this hammer, which... Yeah. It's been a lengthy while since I last played this game, and my mouse is not the world's greatest mouse. I'll be honest with you there. So this might go swimmingly. This might go swimmingly. So, I'm sure this is a game where you need like the optimal, the best, the world's greatest gamer mouse.
There's no feeling more intense than starting over. If you deleted your homework the day before it was due, as I have, or if you left your wallet at home and you have to go back after spending an hour in the commute. If you won some money at the casino and then put all your winnings on red but it came up black. If you got your best shirt dry cleaned before a wedding and then immediately dropped food on it. If you won an argument with a friend and then later discovered that they just returned to their original view. Starting over is harder than starting up. If you're not ready for that, like if you've already had a bad day, then what you're about to go through might be too much. Feel free to go away and come back. I'll be here.
You're free to go away? My guy, I bought you!
Alright, thanks for coming with me on this trip. I'll understand if you have to take a break at any point. Just find a safe place to stop and quit the game. Don't worry, I'll save your progress, always. Even your mistakes.
That's
This game is a
reassuring.
homage to a free game that came out in 2002, titled Sexy Hiking. The author of that game was Jazuo, a mysterious Czech designer who was known at the time as the father of B games. Now, B games are rough assemblages of found objects. Designers slap them together very quickly and freely, and they're often too rough and unfriendly to gain much of a following. They're built more for the joy of building them than as polished products.
That certainly
In a
explains
certain
like
way,
the whole
Sexy
like
Hiking is the
VTuber
perfect embodiment of a B game.
rage game thing going on, doesn't
It's
it?
built almost entirely out of found and recycled parts, and it's one of the most unusual and unfriendly games of its time. In it, your task is simply to drag yourself up a mountain with a hammer. And that act of climbing, in the digital world or in real life, has certain essential properties that give the game its flavor. No amount of forward
Lovely.
progress is guaranteed.
You're going to review your
Some
own game now
cliffs
too,
are
or?
too sheer or too slippery. And the player is constantly, unremittingly in danger of falling and losing everything. Anyway, when you start Sexy Hiking, you're standing next to this dead tree that blocks the way to the entire rest of the game. It might take you an hour to get over that tree, and a lot of people never got past it. You prod and you poke at it, exploring the limits of your reach and your strength, trying to find a way up and over. And there's a sense of truth in that lack of compromise. Most obstacles in video game worlds are fake. You can be completely confident in your ability to get through them once you have the correct method or the correct equipment or just by spending enough time. In that sense, every pixelated obstacle in Sexy Hiking is real. Oh, you just lost a lot of progress.
That's not a lot,
deep
my guy.
frustration, a real punch in the gut.
Yep. It certainly is getting over it. It's a game in which you try and get up a mountain. And it's kind of tough to get up that mountain. And honestly, you've seen this game already. Like, there is a 99% chance that you've already seen this game before. It's a very popular streamer game. I'm currently suffering. And having a lot of fun with. Yes. Can you imagine this game like crashing my PC? I hope it won't. Oh yeah, there we go. We have mouse problems already. I had a... So, if there's going to be any like tough parts, you can enjoy watching me struggle through those. Like this whole game. That's certainly a tough part, but it's been so long. It's been so long since I last played this, and I never got far into it, right? But I can handle it. I can handle it. If my mouse is willing to cooperate with me. Oh. Oh. I'm going to. It's just, hello Army. How do you, what is your opinion on the video game Getting Over It with Bennett Foddy? Which is a very famous video game, which spawned a lot of similar... You left Summertime Switch. Oh, Daylight Saving Time, yeah. Yeah, I love it. It's very good for our health, isn't it? Very good for our health. It's excellent for our health, even. I love Daylight Saving Time. It's such a nice thing. Like, it doesn't mess up with your sleep at all. It's just there to make us see daylight a little bit better, you know, isn't it? That's so nice. It's so nice. And that had no hint of sarcasm within it. Okay. You have to make a little bit of a jump. Speaking of which. Okay, there we go. No. Yeah, Daylight Saving Time is a very nice thing. We all love it. We all love it. Everyone in Europe loves it. And it's not like we have like a GMT thing or anything like that to determine which time it should actually be. Like, why don't we have this whole GMT, this Greenwich Mean Time, right? But this whole GMT thing going on, right? Which says this is the place where it's just when it's 0 o'clock here, then it's 0 o'clock in which you call it? The universal time thing, right? When it's 0 o'clock in Greenwich, it's 0 o'clock in the universal time. Why the fuck then do they still have daylight saving time in the UK? I'm not in the UK, but still, that's Europe. That's Europe. That's Europe. They have this whole centre of the world thing, with this whole centre of the world complex with their GMT UTC thing, and then they proceed to have summertime. The fuck are you? What the fuck is wrong with you guys? Seriously. We already have. That means we already have. People can't decide on what time it should be. Yes, you can. You fucking have GMT for that. UTC. You know what time it is. Summertime is bullshit. I'm sorry to put it like that, but like, if we have GMT, then clearly we know what time it
Oh,
should be.
happened again.
Why can't they
Keep on
decide
trying.
what time
Don't
it
let
should be?
Get to you.
It's easy. You have that's what GMT is for. That's what UTC is for. You want your center of the world complex to like complex to. You want to satisfy your center of the world complex and like don't have summertime. That's just how it is. That's my take on time zones. That's my take on that. If this game crashes, then I'm not even going to restart it. Honestly, I should fix my computer's fans because yes, that's like one of the worst feelings. By the way, that's another issue I've had recently. By the way, my computers. I want to fix my computer's fans. I want to put stuff in my computer's fans, and let me tell you, I try to remove the screw. I have one of the most stubborn screws in the world in between me and that fan. And that's not good, because if I try to fuck with too much with that screw,
The obstacles in sexy hiking are unyielding,
then
and that makes the game
I'm
uniquely
fucked.
frustrating.
that
But
then
I'm
that
not
screw
sure
won't.
Jazro intended to make it
Then
frustrating.
I'll mess up
game.
the screw,
The
and
frustration
I
is
won't
just
remove
essential
ever.
to the act of climbing, and it's authentic to the process of building a game about climbing.
Yeah, this is a very nice
A funny thing
and
happened to me as I
non-frustrating
was
game.
building this mountain. I'd have an idea for a new obstacle, and I'd build it, test it, and it would usually turn out to be unreasonably hard. But I couldn't bring myself to make it easier. It already felt like my inability to get past the new obstacle was my fault as a player rather than as a builder. Imaginary mountains build themselves from our efforts to climb them, and it's our repeated attempts to reach the summit that turns those mountains into something
I got my
real.
mouse.
When you're
Okay.
building a video game world,
I'm
you're building with
making it
ideas.
Easy, nice and easy.
And that can be like working with quickset cement. You mold your ideas into a
By
certain
the way, I
shape
was like
that
in a
can be
tournament
played
yesterday,
with.
right?
And in the process of playing with them, they begin
a
to
simple VR chat
harden and
tournament.
set until they're immutable, like rock.
In the world, there were
at
going
that
to be
point,
8
you
teams,
can't
and then
change
like
the
out
world.
of nowhere, at the last
Not
fucking
without
second,
breaking it into pieces.
the ninth team
starting
showed up,
fresh with
shows
new
up.
Ideas.
and that ninth team was a team
For
with
years
like the
now,
number 1
people
ranked
have been
player in that
predicting
game.
that games would soon be made out
And
of fabricated objects.
so one of those 8
bought
teams,
in
then
the
of course,
store
had
and
to
assembled into a world.
face that ninth team
And for the most part, that hasn't happened.
to you know,
Because the objects in the stores
and
are
then the loser of
trash.
that would be in losers
I don't
bracket.
mean they look bad or
Anyway,
that they're badly
I
made,
ended up being
although
the
a lot of
unlucky
them are.
bastard. Teams
I
were
mean, they're
fairly
trash in the
randomized,
way
by
that
the way,
food
so like,
becomes trash as soon as you
lovely.
put it in the sink. Things are made to be consumed and used in a certain context. And once the moment is gone,
so
they
anyway, that ended
transform
up with
into
me,
garbage.
that's how I ended up in
In the
losers
context of
brackets.
technology, those
And
moments
I mean
pass
like
by
the
in
losers
seconds.
brackets, that even
Over
like
time,
none of the
we've
other
put
teams.
more
I
and
ended up
more
like
refuse into this vast
lower on the
digital
loser
landfill
bracket
that we
than
call
anyone
the
else.
internet.
I would have to fight one
It now
more
vastly
game
outnumbers
anyone
and
else
outweighs the things that are fresh,
if I wanted
untainted,
to
and unused.
get out of there.
When everything around us is cultural trash, trash becomes the new medium, the lingua franca of the
Which
digital
that
age.
pissed me off.
And you can build
Th-
culture.
th-
out of
th-
it.
th- that number 1 ranked
But
player, by
only
the way,
trash
also
culture.
like
B games,
gave
B
me the
movies, B music,
came across to me
B
as
philosophy.
as saying that he was not going to join that tournament. I asked him like, I think because of some miscommunication, I
Maybe this is
interpreted what he
digital
said as no,
culture
he's not
is.
joining,
A monstrous mountain of trash, the ash heap of creativity's fountain. A
and that was the guy I was
landfill
training
with
with.
everything we ever thought of in it. Grand, infinite, and unsorted.
Which means he had like all the practice against me, which he then
There's
used
3D models of breakfast
against me
Gen X's
in that
fanfic novels,
match.
scan magazines, green screen Shia LaBeouf, banned snuff scenes on LiveLeak. Facebook's got lifelike bots with unbranded adverts and candid shots of Kanye and Taylor Swift mashups, car crash epic failed GIFs, Russian dashcam vids, discussions of McRibs, discarded,
I'll play Life
forgotten,
Cycle Arena. It's a VR chat
unrecycled,
game, and
muddled,
it's
rotten, untitled.
and I'm
Everything's fresh for about 6
How
seconds.
do I put this?
Until some
I'm
newer
not
thing
at the
beckons,
level where
and we
I'm
hit refresh.
better than
There's
the ranked
years
players,
of persevering,
but I have wins
disappearing
against
into
most
the
of them.
pile, out of
Do you know what I
style,
mean?
out of
I can
sight.
beat most of those people. I can beat most ranked players, although not consistently. Like I had a pretty dominant win against like the ranked player that
In this
loses.
context, it's tempting to make friendly content that's gentle, that lets you churn through it but not earn it. Why make something demanding if it just gets piled up in the landfill, filed in with the bland things?
Okay. I assume I'm supposed to go this way. This is the furthest I've ever gotten. I don't think I've ever made it to this point. What the fuck? What the fuck? That's going to get messed up, isn't it? I'm going to mess this up very soon and go all the way to the bottom. Shit! Shit! Let's not get nervous. That was me channeling all of the rage I had for this game.
This thing that we call failure is not the falling down, but the staying down. Mary Pickford.
Do I do the Diogenes quote again, or do I deliver the good old Diogenes quote again? I kind of feel like it. I kind of feel like delivering the good old Diogenes quote. If you're going to yeah. One original thought is worth 1,000 mindless quoting, and I know the irony in saying that as a quote. That one. I added that last bit. How much PTSD do I have from Dr. Jekyll and Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde? Honestly, I made it so much further than I expected to, that I'm kind of proud of how I did. I'm actually genuinely proud of my performance in Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. I'm genuinely proud. I didn't think I would make it this far in this short of a time. I've never made it to these stairs. I've genuinely never made it to this part here. This is kind of crazy, and I made it so fast as well. It's... Dear. Oh no, okay. You astonishing vile feck. Body, you astonishing vile feck. I see that music, and I know that music plays in this game.
Going down the road feeling bad. I'm going down the road feeling bad.
Body, you are a tease, and you know that. That does not comfort me. That music, you know. Body is a tease. He's a little troll. He's a haha funny troll. He's a haha funny troll man. I mean, I appreciate the yodeling, I guess, you know. That's not something I hear enough of. The world needs more yodeling. But Foddy copyright striking us. Surely that's not copyrighted. That sounds very old. I don't think that's copyrighted, is it? That must be public domain. Listening to like the audio quality of it. Rude. Rude. Bennett Foddy. Copyright striking. Isn't this game like made up of like a whole bunch of pre-existing assets anyway? Doesn't he explicitly say so earlier on in the game? I think it's one of the first things he points out.
$10 shoe fits my feet. $10 shoe fits my feet. $10 shoe fits my feet, and I ain't going to be treated this way.
Body copyright striking us. Yeah, I'm sure he is.
Suits my clothes. I'm going where the weather suits my clothes. I'm going where the weather suits my clothes, and I ain't going to be treated this way.
And then in that tournament, So it was a team tournament, and my teammate
Turn down, boy, turn down.
in that match of losers, in that match in the losers bracket, my teammate got a rare glitch.
Hey.
Just to like rub salt into the wound, which made things all the worse. My teammate generally got a rare, debilitating glitch that made him play significantly worse. So he got eliminated real quick with that, and I ended up worrying more about my teammate than about winning at that point, which then, of course, made me play worse. Which, ouch. And I did end up getting a dominant win against like a ranked player in that tournament. I mean, I didn't win the whole set, but I got a very dominant match in the one game that wasn't like fact. So, yay me, I guess. Shit. Shit in hell. I got as far as I've ever been in this game and not any further. Let's see if I can make this. Piss. Piss, 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 piss. Yep. No. Yeah. Whoop. The one W I got though, I'll take that. I'll take the W I got. Like, I was the unluckiest bastard in that whole tournament, but the one W I got, it was so dominant. It felt so dominant. Like, my opponent genuinely had nothing he could do. I had like the positional advantage that whole game, and I stayed in advantage that whole game. I was not letting him have it. So I won. And I'm very happy with that. I at least did something, you know? It's... So it wasn't ideal. It was a very busy day. There were other things I did that day, but yeah, it was very busy. That event was supposed to be a much happier time for me, but I did end up getting frustrated, very frustrated. But I'm happy with the good thing I did do. The way I play that game is like, I play like an inventor. I've invented a lot of tricks that some people use, that some other people use as well. There's really... It seems like such a simple trick. It's literally just Tron. The only buttons in the game are like left and right? And you would think that that's such a simple thing. Surely there's no advanced techniques in there. It turns out, yes, there are. I can explain it to you later, but like, first of all, if you don't have like, if you just have one singular button for left and right in that game, if you only use A and D like most people do, it's going to be a lot tougher for you to do certain tricks. You want to be able to turn as fast as you can, and if you use only A and D, that's not feasible. So one of the things I've discovered is that if you use like
Soul would have no rainbow,
a controller,
eyes, no tears.
or like
John Vance Cheney.
a mouse alongside your keyboard, I have A and D set in my mouse. Like my mouse still has A and D on it, right? I have a gamer mouse, and its special buttons just have no macros. They just have the A and D buttons on them, just so that I can play that game better. That I'm genuinely somewhat passionate about. Like I'm not the most serious player, I'll say that, but I'm genuinely passionate about it. I don't aim to be the best player, but I aim to be a very solid inventor and teacher that helps players become the best they could be. But I do still want to prove myself. I do still want to prove myself as a solid player. Which, yeah. Sometimes there's going to be things in the way of me. And that, concept of proving myself. It's a shame, but... No, sir. No, sir. No, sir. There. Back there. I can skip this bit in theory. Yes, but in theory, I can also eat... In theory, I can also eat lead without dying, so, launch yourself up the house. In a weird way onto the stairs. I assume not this house.
The pain I feel now is the happiness I had before. That's the deal. C.S. Lewis.
Thanks. Isn't this character called Diogenes? Isn't this character called Diogenes? I'm going to quote Diogenes. If you're going to keep throwing all these random quotes on there. Yeah, the White House next to the pool. That's the house I assume you meant, because how many other houses are there? No, sir.
I feel within me a peace above all earthly dignities, a still and quiet conscience. William Shakespeare.
If only it were as easy to satisfy hunger by rubbing the belly as it is to wank. Diogenes of Sinope. Yep. Jekyll and Hyde reference. Absolutely. I'm pretty sure this character is named Diogenes. I will keep on quoting Diogenes. Every quote I hear this man say, I'm giving a Diogenes quote.
You've done this part before. You know it's possible. Just do what you did the first time.
Thanks. Thanks. I'll try. I'll try. I'll give it one try. I'll give it one try on the White House, but I've never seen it. I have never seen it. You are going to have to tell me how to. You're going to have to guide me. Okay? I choose to have faith in you this one time, but that faith in you does not necessarily translate to faith in myself. In this one thing, to know exactly what to do by just reading it and then execute it perfectly. Trust me, I have some self-confidence, but you have to be reasonable with it, you know? You have to earn that confidence sometimes. Which at the moment, I don't feel like I have. Not in regard to this game. Manta Ray looking weirdo. You got Manta Ray looking and you got weirdo correct. And yet I still take offense to that. How dare you call me a weirdo? Nah, it's fine. We cool. This... I feel like I'm in the right mood to play this game, though. You know what I mean? This is a game where you want people to be frustrated, to be mad. At the moment, I've had my frustrations yesterday. This is a game all about getting over those frustrations. Just as much as it is a game about making those frustrations happen, so that you can get over them, you know? Either I get mad, or I become really, really happy. And frankly, My bet is on the former. I am a weirdo. Hey, 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 hey. Hey, 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 hey. Nothing wrong with being weird. I am weird. I'm very weird. Do you think Diogenes carried like a pot and a hammer like this around? If I were Diogenes, I don't think I would need a pot and a hammer to climb a mountain, you know? Diogenes would not bring a thing with him and climb it and just climb. He would just climb. But would Diogenes even climb? Would he find it necessary to climb? And the answer to that is, I think he wouldn't. Unless it were to make a point. If he were to make a serious philosophical point about climbing, maybe he would climb a mountain like this. I don't know where the name Diogenes came from, in the sense that, like, I don't know why people call him Diogenes. If there's like anything that like if there's anything Foddy says about this guy being Diogenes, I don't know if there's anything about that in the game. I just know, I've just read somewhere that this guy is named Diogenes. Can anybody explain this to me, or will Foddy explain it to him himself? I'm more like Sisyphus. This is a game of Sisyphus. Which, that is also another one of those, as my description calls it, that is another one of those streamer-sponsored shovelwares. Thank you very much. I'm saying it's how it is if you are a cynic. This game I will not call shovelware. I had a little bit of fun with this video description, okay? I just felt like rambling. I remembered this being a very rambly game, so I felt like rambling. Oh no. Rambling is fun. In descriptions. Ancient Greek philosopher. I'm sure I can be an ancient Greek philosopher. Sisyphus is the man with the boulder up the hill. Sisyphus is boulder up the hill man. He and I like to call him Syphilis. I think Hades had beef with him. If not Hades, then maybe it was Dionysus or something like that. I don't remember the exact names. Look, I'm not a Greek mythology nerd. I'll be real with you there. I just know about Diogenes because Diogenes is a funny man. To be fair, I also remember ancient Greek jokes. I remember seeing jokes from a translated ancient Greek joke book, and those people were pretty funny. I can tell you some ancient Greek jokes if you want to. Although, some of them are not up to modern sensibilities. Would you like to hear an ancient Greek joke? I'll tell you one of the milder ones. A man buys a new pair of trousers only to find they don't fit. So he shaves his legs.
You cannot now believe that you will ever feel better. But this is not true. You're sure to be happy again. And knowing this, truly believing it, will make you less miserable now.
Alright, more
Abraham
ancient Greek
Lincoln.
jokes. Oh no, he didn't know the quote, never mind. We're gonna do Diogenes quotes now. As said to Mr. Alexander the Great, get the fuck out of my sunlight. He probably didn't add that profanity to that, but He seems like the kind of guy. Anyway, ancient Greek jokes. There's a pretty bad one I remember. Like, it starts pretty it starts like something you're not completely sure about, you know. But I'm going to tell it anyway because it's interesting that they told jokes like that. You're gonna hate it, trust me. A man does the thing with his grandmother. And for that, his father gives him a bunch of lashes with a whip. To which the man complains. For years, you've been doing the thing with my mother. Now you're punishing me for doing your mother for the first time ever. Alright, that's ancient Greek jokes. I remember a bunch more. Like, I think some Irish YouTuber made a video about a bunch of those. A long time. Not even a long time ago. I think it was a recent video. It was Pixie or something like that. Shout out to Pixie. Can I do something with this? Let's say what can I do with this? Can I get at this? Or... No, I don't seem to be able to. Okay, I can't hammer the plant. How unfortunate. No. Oh, Coffin and Andrew and Lele? Yeah, that's exactly who wrote that ancient Greek joke. That was actual ancient Greeks. I shit you not. That was ancient Greek humor. Whether they were funny or weird, that's up to you. That's from an actual ancient Greek joke. What other jokes were there? Oh, right. A landlord sees how happy his tenants are, so he evicts them. That's in an actual ancient Greek joke book. That's in an actual ancient Greek joke book. And it's... Wow. That's... that's still pretty relevant today, isn't it? I'm sure a lot of people would still be happy to hear that one today. No. Careful. How do I make it past
When
this?
games were new, they wanted a lot from you. Daunting you, taunting you, resetting and delaying you. Players played stoically. Now everyone's turned off by that. They want to burn through it quickly. A quick fix for the fickle, some tricks for the clicks of the feckless. But that's not you. You're an acrobat. You could swallow a baseball bat.
Back. My guy, when games were new... They made things like Pong and E.T. They made simple little things that you could play with another player. Tennis for Two. That's a new game. I assume you meant games a bit newer than that. No,
Do not stand
no,
at my
fuck.
grave and cry. I am not there. I did not die. Mary Fry.
Thanks. Alright, with the Diogenes quote, do I bring you from my memory. I didn't prepare any. This is all just like things that I vaguely remember him saying. Oh, you're like, behold a man, he says as he plucks a chicken.
To live is to suffer. To survive is to find some meaning in the suffering. Friedrich Nietzsche.
Nietzsche, you're an idiot. To live is to suffer unless you are somebody who does not particularly care about suffering. Yeah, that's just some. I am 14 and this is deep. To live is to suffer. My guy. I know that's like the kind of mentality you're famous for, Nietzsche, but you're depressed. Yeah. There's a lot of geniuses from that era that people think were smart. Let's take, for example, which one do I want to make fun of? I don't remember his name exactly. Oh, right. Sigmund Freud. Sigmund Freud. That guy. That guy. If you look up a bunch of his theories, and specifically regarding those about mothers and people's attraction to them, I think Sigmund Freud just had like a mummy kink, and he is projecting that onto literally the whole of humanity. That's what I think. That's what I think Sigmund Freud is. I'm just saying it how I see it. He's also said a bunch of other things. To him, everything is sex. Something along those lines. Like that, he genuinely said that you are naturally attracted to people who resemble your mother. Which, okay. Are you projecting, my guy? Are you projecting? Is your mummy kink that bad, and do you know how to like get everyone in on it, or what's your deal, Sigmund Freud? What's your deal? Boy, howdy, do I sound like a nerd today. But then again, aren't VTubers in general? Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. They more weebs. It's let me put it like this. Cringe is just like things that you feel embarrassed to reveal in public. I think we all have some cringe in us. Are we willing to show that cringe? Are we willing to reveal our cringe to the world? Some are more than others. And that's what weebs are. Weebs are people who are less afraid to be cringe than others. Some people might be embarrassed by weebs being weebs. And my sister used to be the biggest weeb. Like, she would unironically say Japanese phrases in real life to people who don't speak the language. She would call me a baka, for example. Unironically. Because she thought it sounded... Because I guess she was just really into Japan. Certainly put me off anime and that kind of stuff. She was genuinely that kind of person. And I should point out, she's older than me. She's like 7 years older than me, and I cringed. I cringe at her. I think she gave the cat a Japanese name too. I won't say what. I won't say what the cat's name was, but she gave it a Japanese name. And every time she saw that cat, she would excitedly shout out that Japanese name that she gave the cat alongside an honorific. Which, lovely. Anyway, that's traumatizing to think about, isn't it? That's cringe.
Life
That's
is a
cringe.
mosaic of pleasure and pain. Grief is an interval between two moments of joy.
All I was thinking
Peace
was,
is the interlude between
can't
two
you just
wars.
like
You
call
have
your
no
cat
rose
something
without
that
a
is
thorn. The
appropriate for your
diligent
country?
picker will avoid
And-
the pricks
yeah,
and
I get
gather
it.
the flower. Satya
Now the
Sai
roles
Baba.
have reversed. Now I'm the person talking to Japanese people and whatnot. Because I play VR chat. There's a lot of Japanese people on there. But I think if I didn't have a sister like that, I'm sure I would have watched more anime and that kind of stuff to prepare me for that, and other things that like are in the Japanese language. I would have interacted more with the language if it wasn't for my sister. Because I found it cringe. She doesn't do that anymore, though. Holy hell. Let me move that out of the way. Right, carrying on. No, she will not appear on stream, by the way. I'm very much anti that. I would rather not have any family members appear on my stream. I try not to associate with them much. It's not them, by the way. It's me. It's me. Like, traumatic past, yada yada yada. I would rather not deal with any people from that
Sorrow
time.
is my own yard, where the new grass flames
Shit.
as it has flamed often before, but not with the cold fire that closes round me this year. William Carlos Williams.
Watch out! Zeus is coming for you too! Diogenes of Sinope! Right. Okay, I know what quote to use next. Oh. Do this. Yeah, I've had too many like traumatic past events. I would rather not have anything. I do not associate with any people from my past, like period. I stay away from them. That's also why I don't show my face like anywhere on the internet. Or part of it, I also just like don't want to show my face anywhere on the internet ever. I still remember being told never to show any of your details with the internet. So there's that. That's another part. That's another reason why I'm a VTuber instead of like a face streamer. It's not a matter of being ugly. It's a matter of wanting privacy. I don't think I'm that ugly or anything like that, you know. Get up. Get up there. not a baby step up. I want a big jump up. Okay, okay, Mr. Diogenes. It's probably nothing like the actual Diogenes. How many people in the world are named Diogenes? Is this a name that people in Greece just have? Are there still people in Greece named Diogenes, or however it's pronounced? Thanks. I'm waiting for the next quote. I'm waiting for the next quote that Foddy throws in my face, so I can Diogenes him. Yeah, this is the whole game. This is the whole game. Anybody who's never seen Getting Over It before, that's it. You get to watch me suffer, and you're going to get to see repeated things. And for some reason, that's considered a popular streamer kind of game. It depends on how good you are. I guess it's fun to watch if, like, the streamer is very angry consistently. To me, this is just a yapping stream. This is yap content. This is yap content. This is proper yap content. I get the story in my head, and I'll tell you all about it. And it's going to be difficult to talk though, because you also want to not get dead. You know that they might get these two interests might conflict a little bit. But then again, that's streaming in general. Sometimes you play. Some people like get energized by talking, but in my case, I'm not an extrovert as much as I come across as one, but I'm not an introvert either. I'm very energetic. But talking does, like, take genuine brain power out of me. Hello, Professor Blade. How do you do? Have you come for the Diogenes quotes that I'm going to deliver to this lovely stream? Or have you come for ancient Greek jokes? I can tell you some ancient Greek jokes, if you want me to. Okay. I remember now. I remember an ancient Greek joke. Well, I can tell you right now. In honor of Diogenes and other ancient Greek philosophers that might be named, that this guy might be named after. Foddy likes quoting things, so what do I know? Okay. A man walks past a funeral, so he asks the guard, "Who died?" And then the guard responds, "The one in the coffin." There you go, that's an ancient Greek joke. Enjoy that. There you go. Now you know about ancient Greek jokes and why, Friedrich Nietzsche, not Friedrich Nietzsche, Sigmund Freud had a mummy king that he projected onto all of humanity, and now everything thinks he's a genius for it. I mean, I have to respect his chutzpah. I have to respect his guts. Because if you can, like, get away with projecting your kink onto the whole of humanity and have everyone think you're a genius for it. That's real. That's genius. That's brilliant. Like, shout out to Sigmund Freud. I'm just saying it how it is. Asexual, by the way. I have reason not to believe his stories. I have reason not to believe his theories. What nice music that the game's playing to me, by the way. I very much appreciate it, and pray to God that it's public domain. It sounds old enough to be public domain, but you never fucking know. Certainly, it would be a game that streamers can play, right? It is a popular stream game. Surely they don't get copyright strike for this. Maybe the music isn't loud enough to get copyright strike. What do I know? What do I know? For a brief moment, I wasn't looking at the screen, so I had to settle for it. That. Nice and slow. Nice and slow. Then again, philosophers still exist to this day. It's just that in this day and age, they are called influencers. I'm telling you, they just go around telling you their bullshit. People think they're geniuses for it, and there you go. You are now a philosopher because you said some things in the past that's got written down. Incredible. Yeah, bro. My words are being recorded on screen right now. I'm officially a fucking philosopher. I can influence people with my words and thoughts. I'm a philosopher. I can say things that I can give you my view on life. I can say, wow, maybe this, I can give you my views on religion and psychology and whatnot. Bam, I'm a philosopher. Incredible. I like knowledge. I'm a philosopher. Because it means love of knowledge, right? Anyway. Let's, And so that one idiot that set comics back 20 years with seduction of the innocent. Yeah. Yep. I've not read that. I've not read about that one yet.
Words of tongue or pen.
My knowledge is limited. Trust me in that.
Might have been.
I'm not as well read as I was saying. Let me put it all out, okay? However, I'm knowledgeable about certain things, and not so much about other things.
Uncritically accepting
my
their
pool of knowledge is
it can only
very
mean
specific.
that you have no respect for them.
You don't knowing about one thing doesn't make you know about another thing, and my knowledge in Greek philosophy, for example, is limited mostly to Diogenes quotes, which is why I'm able to quote him so much. Oh wait, did I just get quoted again? Did he just like throw another quote in there? Okay, well wait. Diogenes quote time. I peed on the man who called me a dog. Why did he complain? Why was he so surprised? Batman 60s, where everyone is super whimsy and silly. Do from that. Comics makes you evil and corrupt the children, cause queer people and horror. Okay, that's so basically the Jack Thompson video game approach. That's a name that a lot of people probably won't recognize, and that's also a name from. I also didn't recognize that name until much later, after his things happened. But it's interesting. That's just a lawyer who thinks that video games make you evil, and he got some big middle fingers for it. You got to love it. You got to love the middle fingers. He wasn't very smart. So many things I'm talking about are just worth their own videos. I feel like. If gaming is your power, without gaming, we are all philosophers. Yeah.
No.
Oh. Hello, Igor. Hello, Igor. How do you do? Doesn't your name mean, like, movies or something like that? I assume that's not literally what it means, but, Okay, I'm not going to overanalyze that. It's, You're so good. I'm glad to hear it. This is the first one I've ever gotten in the game, and, right away, I'm at, this part, which I assume is not very easy. That is my assumption. Get me up there. Up. You love me too. Okay. I know I'm very lovable. I assume too, in the sense that you are so good and also you love me. That's what I assume you meant. That's what I assume you meant. Get up there. Up there. Bastard. Up. Would you like to join us in a philosophical talks about Greek philosophy and why Sigmund Freud and Friedrich Nietzsche are idiots?
You'll be back here again and again. Avenge and repent until you've ascended.
Are you
or
quoting
until you're
someone?
contented.
Okay, he didn't quote someone. Here's the thing. A lot of these quotes are people saying obvious shit, but like they're saying it in fancy ways that make them sound very intellectual. I can make a quote too if I want to. Will I ever? I don't feel like it. I'm not a poet. A lot of those fancy quotes are just people saying obvious things, except they are also poets or famous. So therefore, they are the ones that get quoted. That's just the way it is. I don't feel... I don't feel like this game mentally tickles my brain, you know? These quotes don't tickle my brain. They sound fancy and sophisticated. But I don't think they're actually as sophisticated as they come across. I think they might be a little bit,
Ice-T.
I feel like quoting someone is the snobby, sophisticated way of saying you can't make your own quotes. You love my voice? I know, I have a very lovable voice.
When to the sessions of sweet silent thought I summon up remembrance of things past, I sigh the lack of many a thing I sought, and with old woes new wail my dear time's waste. William Shakespeare, Sonnet 30.
Oh boy. My knowledge of Diogenes quotes is also limited. I know a few.
Patience is the foundation of eternal peace. Make anger your enemy. Harm comes to those who know only victory and do not know defeat. Find fault with yourself and not with others. It's in falling short of your own goals that you'll surpass those who exceed theirs.
Put the thing in your own word instead of
Iyasu.
copying someone else's homework, please. That's my opinions. Put these quotes in your own words. Don't copy someone else's homework. Don't worry, I've been here a few times. And it'll take us a while to get back up. And in fact, we probably won't be scaling the Hell Mountain today. That's just how getting over it works. I'll just be here for like an hour or two, or like 1.5 hours. An hour has already passed, so that's that. Piss ass. Get up. But anyway, can we get any more pretentious quotes? Because he can't come up with his own, or my masterwork says something else. What masterwork? What masterwork? What masterwork? What masterwork is the thing that says the thing? I don't see a masterwork here. Oh. That's an essay from uni. Lovely. Shit, maybe this is a scam. I think that, like, people using ChatGPT to write their essays is just, like, the modern equivalent to people using quotes from other people. The difference is, for those quotes, you have to look those quotes up. So many of those quotes are people looking... so many times when people quote things, it's just them looking up quotes in order to sound smart. And I know that happens. I know people who do that. I've asked them, you were looking those quotes up, weren't you? And then they just, like, defeatedly admitted, yes. So that is a thing that happened. It's... So, yeah, philosophy is a scam. It's... You want a modern philosopher? Okay, go look up, like... what should we call it? The anti-alpha male influencer? That's a philosopher. Like it or not, but those guys are philosophers. It's just philosopher is a fancy word for it. They share with you
She
their
smiled in
worldviews and all
defeat
that shit.
with unconquerable eyes.
They have their quotes for that.
Atticus.
Those are philosophers. Maybe they're not the smartest ones. There are people out there who have discovered very clever things. But philosophers are also not always known for being the smartest. I mean, there are philosophers out there that we still think are geniuses when they say things fall down because they want to fall down. Because they want to touch the ground. There are philosophers there was an ancient Greek philosopher who said that. And everyone just took that for true until someone said that. So, yeah. Never cook again. Why not? Why not? You mean gameplay-wise? Oh, this is going to take a while, isn't it? I'm just going to see how far I can make it in, like, either 2 hours or 1.5 hours, depending on how long I can yap for. Because this game is going to get repetitive. Very, very repetitive. If it isn't already. That's just the way it works. And I'm not the guy who, like, gets irrationally angry at these kinds of games.
Don't let it get to you.
I believe in being a little bit...
But also, let it get you a little bit.
See, I agree with that point. I agree with that. I agree with you with your own quote. Let it get you a little bit. Because the thing is, a championship mentality is... If you just always feel satisfied, you're not going to, like, try and improve. You don't want to feel too satisfied. So do let it get to you a little bit. I agree with that quote. That was a proper, good, sophisticated quote. Let it get to you a little bit. I agree with that. Buddy, you are a smart man. As much as I, like, have things to say about people who just quote things instead of saying their own things, I think you are a smart man, Foddy. You are a smart and original man. As much as I think quoting other people can be a little bit pretentious, sometimes people do say things in ways that are better than anything you can come up with. For all the shit I've said, right? It's not that quoting people is stupid when the things they've said was put in words much much better than you could think of. You hear how much I'm stuttering. You hear how much I'm stuttering. You don't want to quote someone's stutters, you know? But if a quote just happens to be in your head for someone else, and they said it in a very, very nice way that's easy to remember, then yeah, it's not bad to quote someone. For all the shit I've talked It's not a bad thing to keep quoting people. However, I would rather you put it in your own words, not copy someone else's homework. For all the shit I talked, quoting people is not bad. I'm just saying. However, I also want you to... I want to hear more of your quotes, Foddy. You're a smart man. You've made original, clever games. And I respect you. I genuinely respect you as a creator. You are a clever man. Foddy. I am laughing. I laugh at a lot of things, Professor. Usually people rage, but I am stoic. I am stoic. I am very stoic. I
Now,
have
know
emotions.
Most likely you're watching this on YouTube or Twitch, while some dude with 10 million views does it for you, like a baby bird being fed chewed up food. That's culture too.
Yeah, regurgitating things like quotes. He's very aware. He's very aware of how this happens. Now, I'm not sure about the 10 million views part. I'm not sure about the 10 million views part, but certainly you have seen a streamer with this many views play this game. I'm sure you have. I've seen clips of this game. I know. I believe. I trust you. I trust you, Foddy. I trust you, Foddy. I get you, Foddy. I agree with you. I saw it in that way too. You're right. That was another good quote from Foddy.
Your failure here is a metaphor. To learn for what, please resume climbing. Rob Dubbin.
It's a metaphor. It's not a metaphor, it's just you learn. And if it doesn't kill you, you can keep resuming. Thank you. Yeah. Are we thinking of the quotes now? Are we contemplating art now? I think we're contemplating art. But to be fair, that's like a cliffhanger. That quote is a cliffhanger. That's how you end an episode. Not everyone's going to... People are going to be like, either, huh? Or they're going to be like, bro, what the fuck are you on about? That's just someone in his own head saying, rub-a-dub-dub. This quote's good to get, yeah. Rub-a-dub-dub.
Oh, no.
Rub-a-dub-dub, get up here. Up. Thank you. Shit.
Laugh and the world laughs with you. Weep and you weep alone. For the sad old earth must borrow its mirth, but has trouble enough of its own. Ella Weaver Wilcox.
Well, Ella, you don't understand the concept of Schadenfreude. Weep, and people will laugh at you if you're a streamer because it's funny if you're angry. It's just the way it is. That's why people watch streamers and shit. They get really angry and they scream. They start screaming. And they start weeping. And the viewers are going to be like, tee hee hee, that's very funny. Weep. And the world laughs with you. That's the quote, guy. That's how it is. Now, luckily, some people have, if you're actually weeping, I'm sure some people have some empathy. They might weep for you. That's like basic empathy, sympathy, that kind of stuff. People can weep for you. You won't always weep alone, my friend. That's just how it is. You can't share your weeping with me. Yes? Yes. And yes, I understand that people want to keep their thoughts to themselves, some of their sad thoughts. In that sense, I understand, yes, people can weep alone. But it doesn't have to be an absolute, my friend. That's what I'm saying. So, but then again, so many of these quotes are people sharing their worldviews, which don't necessarily have to be complete 100% truths. And yeah. But people who agree with those quotes will find them clever, and people who don't, won't. I am someone who never agrees 100% with everything, so I'm too much of a skeptic to find most of these quotes clever, you know what I mean? They talk too much in absolutes. I don't like absolutes. Even as I speak, when I speak in absolutes, you shouldn't believe a thing I say when I speak in absolutes. Sure, 1 + 1 = 2. Except for, like, when 1 is a 1.4 that's been rounded down. In that case, like, and then when you go round again, like, then 1 + 1 might be 3, because the 3 is actually 2.8 that's also been rounded. Right? In that sense, 1 + 1 = 3. It's simple. That's how it is. See, even something as simple as 1 + 1 = 2 is not an absolute. Right? That's how it is. I don't believe in absolutes. Except for those that, like... I mean, what we see is what we see. What we do is what we do. There are absolute paths, there are absolute truths that have happened in the world. But even then, so many of the things we say are not absolutes. We speak too much in our own experiences, in our own beliefs. Our beliefs are not necessarily logical. But then again, something, matter of perspective, something, eye of the beholder. There. Can I make that? Yeah. We're gonna be stuck at that part again. Watch. You believe in absolute Batman. You know what? Yes, and his name is Jim Browning. Jim Browning, that's an absolute. He is Batman. He is literally a real life Batman. Jim Browning is real, unless you are so much of a skeptic that you don't even believe that Jim Browning actually, like, does things. Unless you believe that Jim Browning, like, stages everything, like, that's gonna be your belief too. Maybe Jim Browning does stage everything, but I don't believe that Jim Browning stages everything. For views and clicks.
Better by far that you should forget and smile than you should remember and be sad. Christina Rossetti.
He is Batman. He is Batman. If you don't know who Jim Browning is, he is the guy who... It's a comic run, currently. Oh, is it? So, it's an actual name of a comic? Absolute Batman? You do come across... yeah, you are like an American comic book hero kind of person, aren't you? Huh. I really want to play the Batman video games, by the way. Like, I've heard that Batman's games in general just have such a massively good track record. I mean, I'm not gonna bring any attention to some of the more recent ones that are in DC, I guess, but there are games out there. I mean, like the Arkham series, especially that, right? I want to play Arkham Asylum. I want to play Arkham City. I've heard so much good stuff about Arkham Asylum and Arkham City.
Something
Fuck.
filled up my heart with nothing.
The current universe they are
Someone
doing is
told
called
me
the
not to
Absolute
cry.
Universe.
Now that I'm older, my heart's colder. I can see that it's
I
a
don't
lie.
read a lot of comics
Dark and
either.
fire.
Although, I do have a few, like, Franco-Belgian comic books around. Like, Asterix, Lucky Luke, that kind of stuff. I kind of like the stuff that happens in them. It's very... It is stuff made for kids. but they use like historic domain characters in it. They are very chaotic. I've played characters in like D&D sessions and similar role-playing things, and I wouldn't. And if I play a character that needs to be absolutely insane, I give them like a hint of Franco-Belgian Asterix, Lucky Luke kind of stuff. It's very much a European thing. Tintin as well, yeah. If I need to write a character who's absolutely bollocks, who's absolutely insane, then I'll take a hint from those comics, like Belgian, French, Belgian comics, those kinds of things. They make the most insane characters. You need like a solid stereotype in your thing. You need like someone who's bonkers. Read some of those books, and sometimes you'll find someone who fits the bill. It's the same song, but no, this time sung by someone else. I should read more manga though. I like manga more than I like anime. I like manga more than I like anime. I'll be real with you. I think with anime, I think it's partially because like with manga you can determine how fast you read it, and yes, in this day and age we have like video speed up tools and all that stuff. Have I read Berserk? I've not read a lot of manga at all, so like no. We're back here. I'll give it. How many more minutes shall I give it? It depends on how far I am in 50 minutes from now. That's what I'll say. If I'm still down at the bottom here in 50 minutes, then I'll call the stream there. You've never read a comic. There are good comics out there. The thing about comics is reading, whether it's a comic or like any story at all, I can read as fast as I want to. Comics are decently easy to take in, I find. They're decently fast reads, and that's something I like. I respect my time. And if I get really into it, sometimes I want to appreciate the art. There are comics out there with really fucking good art that I also want to be able to appreciate. With anime, everything just... It's not that anime goes by fast. Sometimes it goes too fast, sometimes it goes too slow. But anime isn't something that I feel like I can watch at my own pace. It's much easier to watch anime with other people. Like, you know what I mean? It's really no different from watching YouTube videos or anything like that. So, I guess there's that. But I have watched anime with friends. And other than that, I don't really watch them. Manga, on the other hand, and books, I can read at my own pace. If I take a shit, when I'm taking a shit before bedtime, I'll grab like a book with me. I'll sometimes grab a book with me, so I can read on the toilet before bed. That is the thing I do. That's how I like read the entire. That's how I read like all of Sherlock Holmes, which I'll tell you right now, Sherlock Holmes, in his original book, in his original books, is a comic book hero. Sherlock Holmes is a comic book hero, straight up. You read like any modern day comic, like superhero comics, Sherlock Holmes was... I think Sherlock Holmes inspired more than just Batman. Let's put it like that. He's very much a comic book hero. He's not a superhero with like superpowers or anything like that. But he has the same sort of vibe, you know what I mean? He very much has that vibe. They are good reads though. They are very much action books. I think. Arthur Conan Doyle, he seems like a man of action to me. And I can read literally anything. Like, one of the books that I'm at right now, it's literally like a book from the 1800s. Well, not even the 1800s. It's from like the early 1900s. That's about the history of a railway station up until that point. So it's read in the style of that era. And you wouldn't think that's the kind of thing that interests me. And like, you're right. I'm not someone who pays a lot of attention to like railway stations. But yet it does interest me. It does interest me. Because I get to read something about technology from that era. It's very unique in that sense. You get to read how people did things in that era. from someone who was literally there when it happened. And that's what I like. That's what I find interesting, you know? And he does go into like a lot of the very technical stuff as well. Which can at points be a little bit tricky to get through. And he does use a lot of like bluff words that I associate with the era. But it's a good read, still, I think. I like old books, old informational books that like just give an insight into how people did things in that era. I really like those. It's just it's good history, I think. It's a very niche thing, though. It is a very niche thing.
Tormented shore, and I hold within my hand grains
You read the
of
first Sherlock Holmes
golden
book
sand.
recently. I have
How few.
a whole
Yet how
Sherlock
they
book,
creep through my
like,
fingers to the deep, while I
one
weep,
that had every story in it.
while I weep.
Some of Sherlock Holmes
God,
stories age
can I
better
not
than others.
grasp them with a
There is the
tighter
advantage of the
grasp?
Three Gables, which
Can I not save
you go
one
through the second paragraph,
ridiculous
and
word?
that explains everything
Is
to you.
all that we see or seem but a dream within a dream?
It's
Edgar Allan Poe.
it's not the story that would ever be written today. The Adventures of the Three Gables. You would hate it. I think most of my viewers would hate the Adventures of the Three Gables. I read it and it was how do I put this? So racist that I laughed my ass off through it. But I didn't because I see offensive things and I find them funny, but most people would despise it. I laughed my ass off at Arthur Conan Doyle's chutzpah in writing that shit. But I don't approve of the message, certainly not. Jesus Christ.
What?
Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. That was... It's a very racist story, let's put it like that. It's
What?
So again, I have thick skin, I can handle that kind of stuff, but I wouldn't recommend it. I wouldn't recommend it. If you want like a good sensible read, I wouldn't recommend it. I just happen to be my sense of humor is fucked up enough that I can read it and have a laugh. But I do not approve of the message at all. Period. Like.
What?
Anyway, I didn't even say sleep well, Professor. Or never too late, sleep well, Professor. Or if you didn't sleep well, then I hope you'll sleep well next time you sleep. Oh fuck. Oh fuck. Oh
Can I
fuck.
see another's woe and not be in sorrow too? Can I see another's grief and not seek for kind relief? William Blake.
I'm not going to bother with Diogenes quotes at the moment. The first Sherlock Holmes book, I think, was very nice. The thing I like most about this first Sherlock Holmes book is that it's not. How do I put this? There's multiple scenes in it. Like, it's not just an adventure in London. You also get like a little bit of the victim's perspective, the killer's perspective, and all that kind of stuff, right? It's not just Sherlock in Sherlock solves crime and story ends. It's not just that. You also get to see the victim's perspectives and all that stuff. And I love that. Like, the moment this scene shifted from Sherlock and Watson to, like, the victim's whole story, written from, like, the perspective of something that happened in America, I was hooked. The moment I saw that, it was like, oh shit, this is actually really good. Like when Sherlock kissed Watson. What book were you reading? Did he do that? I don't remember that part of the book. I don't remember that part of the book. But yeah, it introduces the characters well. It has enough, like, interesting scene changes to, like, stay interesting throughout. And I really, really like the part where he wrote what was going on in, like, America. Because it was a change. It was a change, you know? Really. So it was a very nice book. I liked it. It was a good read. I've read every single Sherlock Holmes story. They were all in like one singular big book that I all read on, like, the toilet. They were all toilet reads to me.
In the end,
And luckily,
the
those
only
stories are no
regret the
public domain,
chances
so
we
you
didn't
don't have to
Lewis
pick up a
Carroll.
book for that. You can just, like, look them up right now. You can look up Sherlock Holmes right now and read those stories. They are all in public domain. Unless there's some that aren't, but if you want to read Sherlock Holmes, you can do that. They were not in public domain when I read them. Or most of them weren't, I think. Slowly, slowly, slowly. Careful, thank you. But yeah, if you want to read any Sherlock Holmes story, including the one that I warned you about, you can look them up right now. Look up any Sherlock Holmes story, you'll find it. Piss. I know. Okay, up. Okay, I need to work on my smaller movements. I can't just make one big circle and expect to go out. Be more careful with that. You have to learn from your mistakes, which all I'm thinking of is ways to move. I have to be more careful. I have to not rush everything. Rushing everything is how I'm failing. It's how I'm falling. Right? It's a very profound game. It's a game about if you mess up, you have to learn from it. Learn from your mistakes. That's getting over it. And sometimes it plays a little bit of a public domain music that I assume is public domain. And sometimes he brings up some quotes that I don't necessarily agree with. Some of those are from slightly depressed sounding people, such as Nietzsche. And sometimes you fall down and you get very mad. Oh no. Jesus Christ. And here's the thing. If I were focusing harder, I would be getting mad. I would be getting irrationally angry. And that's the thing. You have to let it get to you. You have to get into the championship mentality in which you let it get to you, so you know the mistakes you make and you use them to improve. Like, there can be such a thing as too stoic. Which, would I say I am the world's most stoic man? Probably not. Nope. Oh! That's unfortunate. But that's fine. I can make it back up there. However, if I'm all the way back down, when I fall all the way back down, that's when the stream ends. I mean, not this time. After, like, when the next 15-minute mark hits, so like in 3 minutes. After that, the next time I fall all the way back down, the stream ends. That's what I've decided on. So I'm going to try to not make that happen. We're going to squeeze extra time out of this stream. So we'll do this. Go up again. See? We're having a nice time here. Whoop. Okay. Up, 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 up. Thank you. Thank you. Go up. Go up, 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 up. Yep. Yep. Boop. Take it nice and slow. We're almost at the next 50-minute mark, which means it's not a 50-minute mark for a video, but it is in real life. And that's the point at which I will say, okay, next time I fall all the way down, I end the stream. And that seems fair to me, you know? That seems fair to me. Maybe I'll end the stream at some other point if I make it further than that. In. Like that. What do I know? Move. Up. Up, up, up. This is a tricky part. This is a very tricky part. You can't just make one singular circle every time and expect that to work. This part is merciful. It's very merciful. It's very merciful. But it's going to keep on killing you, isn't it? Go up. Go up. Up. Oh. Mm-hmm. There he is in the pot. What is that pot for? I mean, clearly it's there to make him not use his legs. It's understandable from a game designer perspective. I understand Foddy's decision in giving this man a putt. But, look. Diogenes himself got rid of his bowl after he found you can drink with your hands. Which, I don't understand why it took him so long to find that out. I've been drinking with my hands since I was, like, a kid. Since I was very young. Because I didn't want to drink directly from the tap. So, I didn't want to make the tap dirty with my mouth. So I made a cup out of my hands and I used that to drink directly from the tap, yeah? Simple to understand. Why did it take Diogenes so long to find out you can drink from your hands? You can make a cup from your hands. How young was I when I found out you could do that? I certainly wasn't old. How long did it take Diogenes to find out you can eat with your hands and drink with your hands? Come on, Ray. What's the pot for? Is it just to, like, have some water with him whenever he needs a drink of the mountain?
Oh, no.
Or is it to just, like, hold his sweat on his big climb? That's kind of disgusting to think about, actually. I'm not gonna pursue that thought. Hang on. We're back here. We're back here, which is also the part where maybe he is the part. Oh yeah, because there are mimics in like RPGs and that kind of stuff. Maybe he is secretly a pot mimic. Like The Legend of Zelda, you see Link smash open these pots. And he tries that with this one, and suddenly the pot mimic shows up, and he grabs his hammer, and he's gonna smash at Link, and smash and smash and smash.
What?
Nintendo, hire me. I got you a new Zelda enemy, and it's this guy. We have the pot mimic, right here. You want to smash him. What reward is in him? What reward does he give you if you beat him? I mean, probably just the same as everything else, which is like a chance of rupees or hearts. Although, if it's Breath of the Wild style, then, yeah, he wouldn't drop just rupees and hearts. He would drop something that you can turn into rupees or hearts. It's Ruby mimics. Yes, Rupee likes, isn't there? They're especially in, like, some of the Game Boy games, aren't they? Like, were they in Link's Awakening? I know that they're in the Capcom games. I know they're in the Capcom games. Are they in the other games, though? Are they in any of the other 2D games? Are they in Link's Awakening? I'm not sure. I know Link's Awakening has ordinary like, so my assumption is probably not, but I've been wrong before. They are in Minish Cap, but they're also in, I think, the Oracle games, and I know for a fact they are in Four Swords for the GBA, so... They are in multiple games. I am, like... I think they're in the DS games as well, actually, yeah. There are mimics in Zelda already. The repeat like-likes. Maybe he secretly is a like-like. You try to save the man inside the like-like, and you get hit by the like-like. He grabs you, and makes you become part of the like-like. He eats your shield. He grabs you, and he grabs your shield and puts it in the pot to eat it. Maybe that's what he is. Maybe the pot is the like-like. He is a Zelda enemy. Maybe that's how it is. The games with Minish Cap style. That's just Minish Cap and Four Swords. That's just Minish Cap and Four Swords. That's it. They're in the DS games. And I think they're an Oracle for like Game Boy Color. They're Game Boy Color, yeah. So they predate. I think they predate Minish Cap. I'm pretty sure they're in the Oracle games. Have I been wrong before? Absolutely. Yeah, this guy is a Zelda enemy. How else is going to attack you? I mean, what I just brought up does not it does not take the hammer into account. The hammer has to do something. I mean, maybe this guy is from like a 3D entry of the Zelda games, and you can use the hammer yourself. If you beat him, he drops the hammer, and you can use the hammer. Maybe that's how it works. You think he's on the ground, and you assume that you can get away from him, but no, he uses the hammer to climb. See? It's all deliberate. It's all a Zelda enemy. This guy is a Zelda enemy. That's the truth now. His name is Diogenes because there's no reason for this guy to be called Diogenes. It's just a cool fantasy name that like Nintendo thought of. It sounded foreign. It sounded foreign. They always take like weird English words in the things, or German words. My gosh, or German words. People will also always just like when naming a character, people always just like grab a dictionary and say, okay, you are. Let me see the dictionary. Okay, I want this character to be called Snow White or White Snow. So I'm gonna the German word for white is called a Weiß. And the German word for snow is Schnee. Okay, I'm going to call this character Weiß Schnee. Without any, Weiß Schnee. Okay, and without any consideration for whether that's grammatically correct or what Snow White is actually called in German. Yeah, that seems, that seems good. That name still fucking bothers me. The name Weiß Schnee still fucking bothers me. I'll tell you right now. I'm sure there can be, like, people out there, German people out there who find that name normal. But in my head, I'm thinking, no, White Snow is Weißes Schnee. How dare you? And yes, it can be an ordinary name, but like, it bothers me. It grammatically bothers me. That's like, yes. Wasn't there like I've not watched Friedren, but I've heard from some people that there is a character and it's literally called Lügner, which, yeah, that certainly doesn't spoil with that character, does it? It literally means liar. It literally means liar. Will this character will the character named Liar ever betray? Will the character named Liar ever betray you? Huh. So you can take this nice. Oh shit! That looks like a tricky gem. Literally had a guy called Denken. Oh my fucking god! That means thinking in Dutch as well. So like, oh my god.
But on the off chance that you're playing this, what I'm saying is, trash is disposable, but maybe it doesn't have to be approachable. What's the feeling like? Are you stressed? I guess you don't hate it if you got this far. Feeling frustrated. It's underrated.
Oh, that is the path I'm supposed to take to move forward. Thank you very much. I do not. I've seen clips of this game. I've seen clips of this game. I've seen clips. I've seen the clips.
That's not how I feel about a challenge.
I've seen the clips.
I only want the bitterness. It's coffee. It's grapefruit.
I do not believe that. I like licorice comes in many different flavors. I like again salmiak licorice. It's good. But there's also like sweet honey licorice, and am I falling all the
Our
way down?
doubts are traitors and make us lose the good we oft might win by
Not all the
fearing
way.
to attempt.
That means we still get to play this game.
William Shakespeare, Measure for Measure.
We still get to play this game. Okay, we're at the tense part where I.
There are no
mind.
regrets in life, just lessons. Jennifer Aniston.
We got pretty far there. I'm very happy with that we made it to the orange. Or maybe it was a Shit. Shit me. Mm. Oh, piss. Don't go complacent now. Don't go complacent. Oh my god. The guy is literally named Duncan. That's... Oh dear. I'm being hit now because I'm thinking about Duncan. I'm still alive. I'm still alive. The stream is still alive. We are at the I fall down once and the stream ends mark, but like... Oh, how about that? Well, I'll let the song keep playing, and then after that, I'll end the stream. Maybe not to have me all the way down, you know? I'll let the song play to its end, keep playing that, and however far I've made it, that's where I'll be in the unlikely next stream.
When I'm in 6 feet of cold, cold ground.
Which frankly is probably not going to happen.
Just remember me, baby. When I'm in 6 feet of cold, cold
I don't think a
ground.
next getting over stream will happen. Unless like you really, really want to see me make it up here. Unless you want to feel the satisfaction of me eventually making it up the mountain, which will you even like get to feel that? Will I not give up before that happens? Do you have that faith in me?
Don't cry, baby.
Because there is no shame in giving up.
Baby,
That's
after
another thing.
I'm gone.
You can just give up. You can just play, or if you want to, you can just play this on your own without streaming.
Don't cry, baby. Don't cry after I'm gone.
In fact, I'll probably like stream this game. There's some random people on Discord or something like that. That's probably the way it's gonna go.
I guess a good man loves
It's like, hey, you wanna see me? You wanna see a quick little game? Do you want me to have a nice little chat? Yeah, most likely. Next time I play the game on stream, it's just like there's random people on Discord. That's just the way it is. I don't think this will be a series unless like you really want it to be.
baby in 6 cold feet of ground.
In my eternal fickleness will probably think of something else to stream next week. I don't even have a schedule ready, but I'll make one real quick tonight.
Baby in 6 cold feet of ground.
I already have like an April Fool's thing prepared, so like there's that. I mean, it's not an April Fool's thing. I can only say it's an April Fool's thing after April Fool's has already ended, so ignore that. I do not have an April Fool's thing prepared. Why would I ever fool you? Why would I ever fool you? Just for the sake of keeping the tradition alive, ignore that I just said that I have an April Fool's thing prepared, okay? I do not. I do not have an April Fool's thing prepared. I lied to you. It was a haha funny, okay? It was a funny. And I would not fool you ever, okay? I would not fool you. I wouldn't. I'm too nice for that. I'm making too. My circles are too big. My circles. Oh, has the song ended? Has the song ended? I'll try and give you the satisfaction of you making it up there, and then I'll end the stream. That seems fair to me. What do you think? Oh, we made it up here. And we'll... Oh, or we can just fling away up there. Oh, yeah, I'll make it up there. Make you feel the satisfaction of me being up there. And then, because I already fell down, and the song has ended, I have to live up to my word, okay? This part is not too difficult, so I'll give you this too. I'll give you this too. I'll be back at the... So then I'll be back at where I've spent most of this stream, and then that'll be that. That seems fair. That seems nice and fair. Just because I don't think this part is hard. I mean, it's tricky, but it's not hard. It's a breather. It's a nice little breather. I'll finish this little breather. And then I'll end the stream. Piss off. I mean, don't piss off. In fact, keep going. But... I want to make it up here. I want to make it up here.
The vertical wall here has a way of getting harder the more times you try it. I think anger makes you swing the hammer harder, and that can push you away from the wall.
Thanks. That's very solid advice. Unfortunately, at this is the point at which I have a goal in mind, and that is the thing that makes me angry, you know what I mean? You get angry when you want to achieve things and you can't get them. Sometimes it's a matter of how much you feel in control. Thank you, Mr. Psychiatrist Body. Hey, carrying on. What's the frame rate on this stream, by the way? Because on OBS, it's not nice. Let's put it like that. Well, I guess I'll see what it is on YouTube. I'm happy to be recording this at all, to be honest with you. And here I can get some nice little... Get me over here. And then I'll reach the houses again. And then that'll be stream. That'll be the stream. How many times do you think Foddy playtested the thing? I mean, how many people do you think Foddy let Okay, is going to play this. Anyway, we're here. This is the part where I'm usually stuck, and I think that is a fair and good place to end the stream today. So, we've reached the thing we wanted to do. I am now going to end the stream very soon, and I think that will then be that. I hope you guys had a lovely time. I'll go back to my own little scene. Oh, here we are. Lovely. Here I am. I hope you guys had a lovely time. I certainly had a somewhat lovely time yapping during this whole thing. I like Foddy. I like Foddy. Foddy is a good guy. He made Co-op, and he made Club, and he made kind of arsehole games, but he's a good guy. Anyway, yeah. I will be heading off to the outro screen. And you guys have a great time. I gotta go say my thank yous real quick. Thank you, Army. Thank you, Richard. Thank you, Professor. Thank you, Igor. That's it. I'll be seeing you guys later. Ciao.